Lily tightens her lips as Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other that much, it's clear, but this seems a little much. Seems like Lily has enough and is ready to push back. Uh-oh. Here we go. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right! The difference between us is like heaven and hell! And it's not that hard to guess which one you might represent. Oh boy. There between them ripples with the heat of their admittedly. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, even though. Though, even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation! Dot, dot, dot. He-chan, don't you slack off either! What are you talking about? Dot, dot, dot. Aren't you taking part in the festival, He-chan? You are, aren't you? And I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me at this. Chotto dayo! Cut me and Lily some slack. As much as I would like to do that, I'm doing this. I don't care. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted. That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with both of us. With us both. Dots, dots, dots! Excuses, excuses! Miss Class Rep has plenty of time to deal with her reports. And we repeated offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to make the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it'll mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever. Forget it. Moiyo. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so can we talk more later? I'll tell Hanukkah you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune is freezing. Maybe this is the first time she has been ignored in such a blunt manner. Thank you, Hisao. I'll leave now, then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turn on her heels to make her exit. Aww. Soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back and can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out on the door. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanukkah doesn't come to morning classes at all, leaving her seat look empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of the morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbooks lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. Even this music too. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. Arithmetic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, being what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowdings in the hallway. I notice Shizune and Misha has also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. She's signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. Misha is trying desperately to keep up. It's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twister, and then on top of that she has to sign back anything the other girls say. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, the business is soon finished and the girls sit down next to the seat again. I'm so tired! She hangs her head limply on the desk, looking exhausted. I use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again, though I suspect the door is now closed for the day. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whether I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone behind so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me. Then she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with some slight focused eyes. Dots, dots, dots! She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes! Misha translates her, signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course we're in student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. Dots, dots, dots! It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. Dots, dots, dots! We would shame ourselves in front of the past students' council generations if the festival was to fail. Dots, dots, dots! That's why there must be no flaws. No, I think there was encumbrance, nothing that might make the festival short or perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting for them. Oh, hello. I look over my shoulder and see God damn, I keep getting them confused. Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey! Playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Dot dot dot. Shizune stares at her probing, causing Hanako to look down and staring back away to the point where only her fingers can be seen, wrapped nervously around the edges of the door. Maybe she is showing her dislike of Hanako by associating her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came by in the morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with unusual, studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she is intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. That is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? Dots, dots, dot. If she has any sense of her head, she's in her classroom working on the festival projects, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little without answering a simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I can't understand why she's always seemed to be so wary. Maybe more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how she'd act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria's crowding during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraging from going on. I pick up my bag as we take our leave. Hanako slips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take us long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. Guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. There doesn't seem to be much helping, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd here, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend her class. The classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Chizune said, right? Right. With a slight sound nod, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need a double layer so gloves of padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a little bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So, you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Hi. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even answered the question. That much was rather a bit obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answer as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile and she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't really need to say more. Both of us content that the discussion reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Shoto, are you right? Just keep going. The students pass us without much a second glance, and Hanako takes a position to my side again as we enter the building, her momentary repriveness from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb through the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I call normal in her fear of other people. Oh, Hisao, if you knew Iwakano, she's like her. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the stairs. Wasn't expecting such a din after all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup? I wonder. Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reach the door to Class 3-2. With Hanukkah less than slowly positioning herself behind me, I open the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class are taken at once. They worked hurriedly on the separate task. Yeehaw! Going by paint cans, decorations, and banners being made. It must be for the upcoming school festival. Guess my first priority should be finding Lily. Dots. There. Finding her among the den is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her books. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, at least busy organizing them. Hang on, let me see what time it is. 3:25, okay. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily! She pokes her head up as she breaks off, taking a noticeably smaller girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best as she can. Sorry, who? Ah, sorry. Hisao, I have Hanukkah too. Hi! She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment to pause to assess the situation before turning to the other students once again. For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. Quick nod and she bounces off, fingering carefully, sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That's Kenji? I quickly turn around, leaning aside to see past Hanukkah. Sure enough, in the corner room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eye remained only inches from the brush. I knew how close he had to be to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. That's right. Class 3-2 especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I could help you if you need some. Maybe Hanukkah could too. Chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Then he gives a sigh of relief. Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Sure, why not? She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. I take it you met. Our rooms and doorbell right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast. Friend? I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Yeah, he is some sort of conspiracy theorist or something. Hanukkah's silence during the proceedings reminded me of the reason I put her up to the helping in the first place. Well, I'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Coursing it listened. Hanukkah and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits, crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey! Oi! Kenji! No answer. Continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large half-painted kanji that sketches on the sheet and pencil. Kenji? Huh? Who? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats classmates, members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, what happened? Yeah, it's me, Hisao from the... And then, Right, I know that, man. What are you doing here, though? His fact annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talked, the sound of Hanukkah's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminded me that she's here. I was just going to help you with the banner, Hanukkah and I, that is. Hello! Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanukkah enters the equation, his demeanor takes a completely about face. His son Falk's hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh, right. Women. Second thought, this may have not been a great idea after all. Hanukkah and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting several small paints tinned on the ground about it. Class 3. 2. Noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls outside, or, I don't know, something? Or something. It's non-committed nature. Sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. Task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? Do we do borders while you do the text, or you want to switch around and do the borders? Text is mine. You do borders. What's up, Yams? He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over the grab brush, I notice Hanukkah already debating between colors of use. By the time I put a brush to cloth, she's already starting on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanukkah's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially through. Okay, man, why are you here? Hanukkah just wants some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. Looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover? I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously. It sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. Gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world. Yes, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back satisfied. I'm sympathetic to his cause. Better get down to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. Two of us connect the lines of our patterns, mine being as close a copy as I could imagine of hers. With a grunt, I leave myself from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanukkah and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off the sign as well, saluting a couple of students, talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanukkah, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrists. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned? I feel a pang of guilt about it. However, she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I meant the banner. It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she's feeling a light sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater from the decorations being placed on the desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao. Hey, Hanako, if there's any way I can thank you. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembers one last person. Oh, is Kenji still there? Just as they open mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah! Just finished! Carefully slides his sign on the empty section of self-drive before quickly walking past us and out the door. See ya, man! Bye! No, but that. The remaining two students said their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everything. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed. The class's plans this year were ambitious, maybe too ambitious. The stars look nice though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My. Sure, a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. I know. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah. Guess I'll tag along. Nighttime light really makes the garden look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd ones or two can be seen scurrying to and from the door, trying to act the most out of their appreciating curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Oh boy, I'm tired myself. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me out kinda off guard, though. I gripped my teeth a little as the candid mention of that rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. About that. I'm sorry about being so public. Shizune and I go back some way. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune. Obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glance at Hanukkah for her views on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topics, welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yanmaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festival on such special occasions. And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around here that are grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yanmaku. Compared to there, Yanmaku is much more relaxed. That'd go away towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior, in any case. As we continue up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you! See you, Lily, Hanako. Two both give polite nods before settling off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. As is to be expected of such an agreement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around the outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck. Both quite sore after having working on the floor for so long before walking to my room. Feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday fact of studying, homework, and teachers seems almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yanmaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice at the back of my head, I set my alarm to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emiya's bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad! Can it? And let me see what time, how much passed. 3:36. Well, I think I'm gonna go all in for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go all in. Let's go for another chapter. An encore!